In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on March 6, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Towson versus Charleston. Both the Towson Tigers and Charleston Cougars clobbered their last opponents and moved one step closer to the Colonial Athletic Association Tournament Championship. Charleston swept the season series, but Towson beat the spread in both matchups. The Tigers were one of the Cougars' toughest challenges in the Colonial Athletic Association this season, and they'll get a last crack to finally pull off the upset. Like the rest of the Colonial Athletic Association tournament, this game is taking place in Washington, D.C.'s Entertainment and Sports Arena. Towson is 16-15 against the spread this season, with a 17-14 over-under record. Charleston is 18-11-1 against the spread this year, with a 13-16-1 over-under record. Charleston's usually stout three-point defense could not contain Towson in either of the regular season meetings, yet they still managed to win both. Although they didn't cover in either, they lost against the spread by a single point each time. Well, if their defense plays closer to their season average, or Towson has another off night from 3, this game should be all Charleston. I can't see the Cougars having 3 rough outings stopping triples against the same team in one season. It should be their focal point, and by shutting that down, they'll control the game since they nullify Towson's second biggest strength, rebounding. Charleston has been one of the sharpest teams in the country this season, and they come into another manageable spot here. The Cougars have their last 8 games by double figures, and after beating Towson twice already, they'll bring in a mental edge as well. Charleston has high hopes this March, and I believe that they nail down win number 30 here. So the Charleston Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both games between these schools finished with at least 150 points, and that shouldn't come as a surprise. Despite clashing tempos, a lethargic 311th adjusted tempo nationally for Towson and a lively 29th for Charleston, these teams share one thing in common: efficiency, with their matching 44.4% field goal percentages, which were second and third in the Colonial Athletic Association this season. While both defenses allow lower than that on average, it's also skewed by playing against some terrible offenses in their conference. Towson's offense has been great recently. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games, and during that stretch, they're averaging 80 points per game. On the season, they rank in the top third in efficiency, scoring 109 points per 100 possessions. On the flip side, Charleston is scoring 112 points per 100 possessions, which ranks 60th overall. Furthermore, they are the 29th quickest team in the country, using 71.3 possessions per 40 minutes. These 2 offenses are playing at the top of their game right now, so if Charleston sets a high pace, I think we're in for a barn burner. If Charleston controls the pace, the number of possessions will lead to the score to easily go past the set total. If Towson does, the hill will be steeper, but they should be able to complete the climb anyway. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brigham Young University versus St. Mary's. The Brigham Young Cougars and St. Mary's Gales will play Monday in the semifinals of the West Coast Conference Tournament at Orleans Arena. Brigham Young University defeated Loyola Marymount on Saturday. The Cougars are 3-2 straight up in their past 5. St. Mary's lost to Gonzaga in its regular season finale. The Gales are 4-1 straight up in their past 5. St. Mary's beat Brigham Young University twice this season, 57-56 in Provo on January 28th and 71-65 at home on February 18th. The Gales lead the all-time series 19-18. Brigham Young University is already 2-0 in Las Vegas after beating Portland and Loyola Marymount in back-to-back games. This should be a great game between teams that have had great success in the West Coast Conference throughout the years. The Cougars are not as good as they usually are, holding a 19-14 overall record and getting the number 5 seed in this tournament. Brigham Young University is having a down season while St. Mary's is having a special one, so the best play is for St. Mary's to cover the spread. The St. Mary's defense is playing at another level. The Gales are giving up just 59 points per game this season and have not allowed more than 70 points in regulation to a team not named Gonzaga since their first game of the season. I like them to cover the spread because Brigham Young University will be playing its third game in 4 days, and I do not think the Cougars will be able to score at a high rate. According to Ken Palm, St. Mary's defense is ranked number 5 in adjusted efficiency, number 11 in two-point percentage, and number 15 in effective field goal percentage. Brigham Young University's offense is ranked number 127 in two-point percentage, so I can't see them having much success in the paint. Brigham Young University's had a lot of success covering in the past in this matchup, but I haven't loved how the Cougars look down the stretch, and while there could be rust early on for St. Mary's, with how elite the defense has been, I don't believe the Gales need to do a whole lot to get a convincing result in this game. The Gales are having a special season and I expect them to keep it going. So the St. Mary's Gales to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. I predict that the Gales will create turnovers, slow down the game, and settle into their offensive possessions. This will lead to a low-scoring game, as the Cougars simply won't have enough time with the ball to score as frequently as they desire. St. Mary's is capable of playing shutdown defense, especially after a week off. Brigham Young University has already played twice since Friday night and won't have the legs to go toe-to-toe with St. Mary's for 40 minutes. Both of these teams have hit the under more times than the over this year. This game will be all about defense as St. Mary's has one of the best defensive teams in the nation. This game will be between two of the most defensive-oriented teams in the conference. The first team to reach 60 points will determine the winner. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco versus Gonzaga. San Francisco and Gonzaga meet in the semifinals of the West Coast Conference Tournament on Monday, March 6th. The Dons have won their first games in the tournament as they upset Santa Clara on Saturday night. The Bulldogs are the number 2 seed in the West Coast Conference Tournament. They are undefeated against the Dons this year. San Francisco is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 neutral site games and 10-23 against the spread in their last 33 games following an against the spread win. The under is 4-1 in San Francisco's last 5 neutral site games. Gonzaga is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 2-9-1 against the spread in their last 12 neutral site games. The over is 8-0 in Gonzaga's last 8 games. The Dons are playing some great basketball as they have blown out Pacific in the second round and followed it by a double overtime win against Santa Clara on Saturday. The Dons have been playing exceptionally well in this year's conference tournament, beating Pacific by 17 and outlasting a Santa Clara team coming off a bye in overtime. The third time was the charm for the Dons, who won the rebounding battle and shot lights out from 3-point range. The Zags have not played a meaningful game since their emotional victory over St. Mary's on February 25th. In this game, I expect the Dons to bring the energy, giving the Bulldogs a run for their money. If San Francisco can rebound the ball as effectively as it did versus the Broncos, watch out. The Dons did dominate the Bulldogs in the rebounding department in the first meeting on January 5th. Shabazz is playing as good as player in the country, and with the Dons' strong guard play, they have the capability of keeping it close. If they can slow down Tim, San Francisco will have chance. Gonzaga has been weak with their guard play and has struggled when being a double-digit favorite. This is a good Gonzaga team, but not as dominant as in years past. With a long layoff, Gonzaga may start the game cold, allowing the Dons to ride their momentum. With a performance like that on Monday, they'll easily cover against a Zags squad that's just 12-17-1 against the spread this season. So the San Francisco Dons to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The over is 6-1 in the Dons' last 7 games following an against the spread win and 5-1 in their last 6 games versus a team with a winning percentage above 60%. The over is also 7-0 in the Bulldogs' last 7 games following a straight-up win, 4-0 in their last 4 games after scoring more than 90 points in their previous game, and 8-0 in their last 8 overall. 160 points is a high total, but these teams combined 180 points in their previous meeting about a month ago. San Francisco can keep pace with Gonzaga and will prove it again on Monday, especially with a solid rebounding performance. The Bulldogs are the most efficient offense in the country, but they're hardly a feared defensive team. San Francisco can score 75+ with ease, especially given how efficient it is at the foul line. I predict fans will be treated to a high-scoring battle between two teams with plenty of scoring punch on Monday night in Vegas. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.